Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday, July 5th, 2022. My glasses never be straight because I'm very crooked. I'm asymmetric. My whole left side of my body is bigger than the right side of my body, and I can never get these glasses to straighten out when maybe if I cross my legs like this. No, because that makes this. Anyway, sorry about this. I don't know why I'm so self-conscious about this all of a sudden. I'm just tired of my crooked glasses all of a sudden. Sorry, cat. Sorry. Okay. So, anyway, happy July 5th. Come on, glasses. Do a little better. All right. Happy Wednesday, July 5th, 2022. Happy Main Nicolayoke Wednesday. Target Radio, I've been all over them for playing tobacco songs, and they changed their radio or something. They're still doing tobacco songs. I think they're trying to figure it out. But in the meantime, now they're playing all sorts of new songs that are great. They're all like karaoke's. I don't know if this Target is for the radio is for this Target store only where I'm working, or if it's national. I don't get where they stream their music from. But it's like, is it me? Are they playing all the karaoke? Not the karaoke's, but the songs of the karaoke's from my top 66 list. Like, there's a whole bunch of new songs, and they're all songs that Kelly has karaoke'd, and they're on my top 66 list. So this one is called The Story by Brandi Carlile, and it was on my top 66, of course, for season 1 of karaoke's. And I said, that would be a good one. Actually, I was thinking of doing this one a while, but it just is all coming together now for the perfect time to do this one. Part of the reason is I call it an ode to my muse. It's more of a muse. Like, it's going to be my Muse Appreciation Day, which I do. Because in addition to everything else, all my fortune cookies have been telling me to be thankful and appreciative a lot this week. So it's like, yeah, that's the one thing. I'm very appreciative of my muse. But the other thing is, I've been uploading my glasses. I've been uploading a lot of, like 10 years ago I did this, I did a little bit of a trucker vlog for somebody. I don't remember who they were. They paid me, and I recorded a whole bunch of, like, my everyday. They had these questions I had to answer, and they wanted to record certain things, and I just went overboard. And I had a lot to say, and it turns out it was hours and hours of, like, I'm still uploading it to YouTube. Like, it just went on and on and on, and I haven't looked at it all. But the first couple of ones I looked at, I said, I'm enjoying this, because I like hearing what I was saying back then. So this was back in, like 2012. Yeah, it was 10 years ago in August. So I'm coming up on the 10th year anniversary of that, and I was able to rescue it from an old broken down computer, fortunately. So now I'm just going to try to save it in YouTube, because then I won't lose it, maybe. Who knows? And today's going to be a long talk, by the way, so just, I don't care, bear with me. And so yeah, what am I saying? So the point is, I had a lot to say, and nobody to say it to except the camera, but I did. I had a muse then, and I have a muse now. But the thing was, it was before I went to law school. I'm looking at the progression of things. Like, I'm just trying to refine what I needed to say toward world peace. My muse and I have the same goal. Like, seriously, it's not like these beauty pageant queens who say world peace and just is kind of shallow in a way, but maybe not shallow, but it seems shallow. But we seriously, like, heart of hearts, that's our goal. Like, we really want to make the world a better place, like, seriously, and not just for the heck of it. It's truly. So on my strive for world peace, I had been through a lot by then, and I couldn't quite grasp. It's not just saying what the problem is. That's half of it. But, like proposing ways to change, just not just complaining and this is wrong and that's wrong. It's like that's half the problem, is pointing out the problem, but then trying to figure out. So at the time, I had a lot to say in addition to just my assignment, I was just trying to improve truck stops. But I ended up, if I recall properly, I ended up like trying to improve the world. All my politics came out, and I'm just talking to myself, talking to the camera forever. Like, they're so long, it's taking forever to upload. But the point was before I went to law school, after I went to law school, and I'm on Twitter a lot, and I'm refining. All these years, I'm ranting and doing this, and I'm refining everything to just this morning, I get online and I read something from U.S. courts, and my tweets were like, in 5 tweets, I'm able to take what I was trying to say in, I would say, I think it's close to like 15 hours. No, it's not. I'll have to add it all up, what all those hours were. No, it's not 15. It's like 10 hours of talking into 10 tweets. And it's really refined. And I think I'm really proud of refining it. And that's the story. But it's, when you've got no one to tell them to, and that's the story by Brandi Carlile. It's like, it doesn't matter when you got no one to tell it to. Now, I'm telling it to the Twitter universe, but my muse is everything to me. My muse this whole time, my boo, is just so important to me now that I'm thinking about it. It's like, it's true. So this is an ode to my muse, and to thank her for this. And let me just get through it, and then I'll talk a little bit more afterwards of what's going on. Anyway, so this is the story by Brandi Carlile. It's an ode to my muse. It's a thank you to my muse. I really appreciate everything, just everything you represent and everything you are, just living and breathing. You are my muse, and that will never change. And I also changed the wording in this, because at one point it was in the past, and I'm saying, no, I'm still broke now, so I'm still breaking the rules. Because it's also good timing, because I just did a rebel just for kicks, and I'm still in it. I was thinking I might leave, and I said, no, I'm so refined. It's like a comedian who refines their work forever, and then as soon as they get at the top of their game, they quit. It's like, no, I've been refining my rants on Twitter for 10 years. I'm not getting off Twitter, and especially now when Twitter is not suspending me. No matter what I say, no matter who I say it to, I am just not getting suspended. So it's just like, now is not a time. I'm not quitting. That's it. And I'm on Twitter, and I'm going to keep ranting. I might stop swearing, because the swearing was to ward off. It's to ward off people who are superficial and trying to find truth. Like, as soon as you start swearing, they go, oh, if they swear, then they mustn't be saying anything. They just immediately dismiss you. It's like, yeah, go away. I'm not addressing you. There's just that's fine. You're not that you're a bad person, but just go focus on your kids and your family and the important stuff. I am focusing on people in power who are like looking for the truth, because when you do that, I was on a jury once, and like there was a guy. It was just this case, but this guy was needled by the lawyer, and he's just this black guy from the streets, and he was a worker. But at one point, the lawyer needled him into screaming, "Yeah, I told him that. I was going to pop a cap up his ass." And he said that, and then so the lawyer was just trying to get this witness discredited, because he was detrimental to his case. And the way lawyers do that is they make the person lose their temper, and then dumb people. Not dumb people, I shouldn't say dumb people. People who have better things to do in life, except look for the truth, will dismiss that. They'll say, well, okay, he's easily tempered. I can't believe anything he says. And that's okay. That's human nature. But when you're on a jury, and this is why I really respect juries, they know, all of them do, inherently know that they're supposed to find the truth. And everybody in the jury deliberation room, this was in Houston afterwards, said they didn't care, because things that he said before, we believed him. In other words, even when he got mad, and we believed that he said that he wanted to pap it, but just because he was violent, it didn't take away from the immaterial. That was immaterial. We believed the important thing, and so we got at the truth, regardless of the way he spoke and what he said and what came out of his mouth. And that always stuck with me. So I think I inherently swear a lot on Twitter. For other reasons too. I'm scientifically testing stuff out, and when I'm suspended and not. And it also feels good. It's just like, oh my God, it just feels good to swear. I never swore too much until I left home. Stopped going to church every Sunday. And then I started swearing like a trucker and became a trucker. So anyway, oh my God, this is so long. I don't care. This is for anybody who's interested in the truth. So here we go. This is my truth. So let me just sing this story and I'll tell you more later. But the one change I might do is I might swear less, but it feels so good because I'm trying now to bring more people into the fold. I'm figuring out maybe maybe I should address a larger audience than just a handful of people who are really seeking truth. Okay, so this is the story by Brandi Carlile, and I can't stop now because I'm not going to say all this again. All of these lines across my face. Oh, that was the other thing is I noticed I never look in the mirror, and even 10 years ago, I thought I became wrinkly since 10 years ago, and I'm looking at these videos 10 years ago, and I said, my God, I was wrinkly back then, old lady. It's a good thing. It's a good thing not to look in the mirror sometimes. I mean, you might miss that big old hairy hair that grew on your chin every once in a while, but it's like, I just prefer to not look. So, all of these lines across my beautiful face tell you the story of who I am. So many stories of where I've been and how I got to where I am. But these stories don't mean anything when you've got no one to tell them to. It's true. I was made for you. I also changed the lyric. I was going to change it to say you were made for me because you're my muse, but it's a little too, it messed up the rhyming and it's a little self-centered. I was made for you, period. I'll climb and I modernized it because I'm still doing this stuff. She has it in the past. I'll climb across the mountain tops, swim all across the ocean blue. I'll cross all the lines and I'll break all the rules. But baby, I break them all for you. 'Cause even though I am flat broke, you make me feel like $1,000,000. You do. I'm not singing this right. Oh my God, here comes the leaf blowers. They all think I'm crazy anyway. Yeah, I was made for you. Yes, it's true that I was made for you. That's it. That's the thing about talking 10 minutes before you sing, is I would start this again, but I don't know how I got that all wrong. I didn't even practice this because I thought I had it in my head, but that was it. So I was made for you. It's the thought that counts. So here's what I wanted to say. I wanted to say so much, but I'm going to keep going. We're going to go to 15 minutes on this one. I don't care. So the point being this, I don't think I've ever really said this anywhere, but I never would have been able to boil down the solutions to world peace and the way to get to inevitable world peace, and I'm 1,000% certain and all this stuff, without going to law school. I mean, law school just was everything for getting all my thoughts and getting it all out and finally refining it to like this really super refined, super concentrated. Instead of 20 hours of talking, I got it down to 5 tweets, and 2 tweets and 3 tweets, and of truth, and of a big truth bomb, as I did today. And I'm able to figure out so much stuff, and it's so easy, but never without going to law school. And even though my story about going to law school was I woke up one morning all of a sudden on April 8th, 2013, and it was my mom's birthday, and Margaret Thatcher had also died that day, and she was a chemist like me, and I'm reading about her, and she was a chemist, and then she became a lawyer. And I thought, that's what I should do. This is the story I'm saying. This was the official story I put on Twitter. I became a lawyer because I woke up all of a sudden in the sleeper berth of my truck and said, hey, it's my mom. My mom always wanted to be a lawyer. Margaret Thatcher was a lawyer. It's April 8th, 2013. I'm going to apply to law school. And I never looked back. I started applying and I ended up going to an online, whatever it was, but that's the day it started. What I don't say is the night before, on April 7th, 2013, my boo, who was engaged at the time, I didn't believe she was going to go through with it. I didn't believe she was going to go through with this marriage. I really didn't. But she announced at the CMAs or the ACMs or whatever, these country music award shows, I forget which one it was, but Blake Shelton was up for Entertainer of the Year, and he's tobacco. My boo's fiance was tobacco. It felt like she was being swallowed up by the tobacco people, and I was losing her. And then she announced that Blake Shelton would be marrying them, would be officiating the marriage, because he can during that time, whatever it was. And I just then something broke when that happened. Like, something broke. It was like, that's it. I've lost her. I've lost my boo. She's completely tobacco. And I was actually cheering against Blake Shelton winning Entertainment of the Year. Like, these are her people, and I'm cheering against them. And it's not good. You never, when that happens, it's like, it's not, these are her people, and I'm cheering against them. And I was so happy when Luke Bryan won. I was like, yay, because to me it was tobacco versus not tobacco, and not tobacco won. So anyway, something broke, and it was my heart, I guess. But that's pretty much, it was time to move on and try something else in life, or go look for another muse. And it wasn't it's my boo, but it's my muse that I lost. That's the big, I don't care about any of that other stuff. But it was my muse. She couldn't be my muse with this person, it seemed. So anyway, that's probably the impetus behind me starting law school. And I never would have done that. And I never would have been where I am right now without going to law school. So this is what muses do. I mean, I'm talking about even when in the process of breaking my heart, and there were other examples of this, it moved me into a direction that I really needed to go. And there's only one person on the universe who could do that. It's like there's only one person in the universe who could have gotten me to get the COVID vaccine. And that opened up a whole other door that made me figure out the whole fake, where all the deaths were. I'm going, they're hiding the deaths. They're not making up deaths. They're hiding deaths previously. Like, I knew that. I said, I got to find where they were hiding the deaths. There were deaths that were occurring that falsely lowered death rates, and then COVID came along, and there weren't new deaths. There were just deaths that had been previously unreported. And I figured all that out because after getting and I never would have figured all this out. I sat there for weeks or whatever it was. It took me forever. I remember Thanksgiving. It's like, okay, I'm not doing a thing until I figure this out. And I finally figured it out, but I had to take the vaccine because the vaccine put me on my butt. Like, I thought the vaccine was I thought pandemic was fake, and I thought the vaccine was just saline solution. Like, it wasn't doing anything to protect you, but it also wasn't harming you until I took it. When I took the second shot, it put me on my butt, and I've had a swollen gland since then. I swear, if I have brain cancer or I have some kind of cancer, my thyroid's been swollen since then. I had a headache for like a month and a half. I mean, I was convinced that finally that it was not an innocuous and a safe whatever it was they were giving you. It's not. There's no danger from COVID. COVID is more healthy for you than the cold, actually. In fact, since the vaccine, I've had more colds than I've ever had before. Like, if I hadn't gotten the vaccine, I'd still be healthy. So, I mean, now I think I still have a bit of a cold. Anyway, all this stuff, but I never, ever in a million years would have taken the vaccine. So bad SHIT, I don't know why I'm saying that now. Why don't I swear here? But bad stuff that's happened to me, even because of my muse and my boo, is, still my muse. It still leads to some good stuff and stuff that I never would have done. Never would have gone to law school. I don't think so. And I never would have done any of this stuff without her running and ruining my life. So this is okay. So 1913, I'm going up to 20 minutes. I don't care. So it all came together in this one karaoke that sums it up. So I've got 40 seconds to say this. On my top 66 list, some things will never change. I have a top 6 list, and one of them from this year is Ronnie Millsap's. Oh my God, look at this! I get so nervous. Ronnie Millsap sang a song that said I wouldn't change a thing, and I wouldn't, no matter what. And that's always going to be a top 6 because of this. because this is my muse, and I will never change a thing for my muse, and I'm going to stop right at 20 minutes. And that's the story. Bye. Living my best life, and everything's going to be okay. Bye.